Hi, Julie Rader here with another weekly astrological update. This forecast is for the week of July 22nd, so starting on Thursday, July 22nd, and going through Wednesday, July 28th. So there is a lot of energy of change in the air. We have several planets changing signs. We have a full moon in Aquarius, so there'll definitely be a shift in the air. Let's dive right in. So on Wednesday, the 21st, we had Venus, the planet of love and the planet of worth, moving into Virgo. She had been in Leo, where she had just had a conjunction with Mars, so really about collaboration and in Leo, kind of the feeling confident and flirty and even romantic. And now has moved into Virgo. So she's much more about getting to business, organizing her life, maybe even wanting to dress in a way that is more conservative or businesslike and ready to evaluate how she loves and this isn't everyone, so I'm saying she, but because Venus has a very feminine nature, but we all have all of the planets in our chart, and we all have both masculine and feminine qualities that we embody. So with Venus going into Virgo, the one thing we want to really be aware is of how we are talking to ourselves. We want to make sure that we are talking to ourselves in a loving way that is supportive, because as she moves into Virgo, there can be a tendency sometimes for self-criticism. However, we have the sun moving into its favorite sign on Thursday, the 22nd of Leo. So Leo, the sun in Leo, the sun is the ruler of Leo. It feels like the king. It feels energetic and confident. So the way that we are shining out into the world, we want to make sure we're tapping into the radiance of who we truly are. So on the 22nd, we do have an interesting aspect. So Venus had just moved into Virgo, and it is opposing Jupiter retrograde in Pisces. So Jupiter in retrograde is at the very first degrees of Pisces because it's getting ready to move back into Aquarius. And Venus had just moved into Virgo, so it's at the very beginning of Virgo. So Venus in Virgo opposing Jupiter retrograde in Pisces really makes it even that much more important to be aware of how we value ourselves, how we talk to ourselves, how we love ourselves. Because Jupiter retrograde is really about, that inner dialogue that we have. Are we good enough? Do we love enough? Are we pretty enough? All of that. Because Jupiter is the great magnifying glass. So if we are not speaking to ourselves in a loving way, then it will be magnified that much more. So it's very important to do some self-loving affirmations. We can look in the mirror and say, I love you. I am valuable. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I don't know if you remember the Saturday Night Live skits. Oh gosh, I forget his name, but they were hilarious. But it's so true about the affirmation. Some Louise Hay work, the former Louise Hay, which was amazing, and one of my first spiritual teachers. So highly recommend just really going inward. And because the sun is moving into Leo, it's really a great time to tap into that kind of confidence. Where do we feel most confident in our lives? We all feel confident in some area of our lives, or innately we do. So finding that, shining that out, and making that our reality. The moon will be in Capricorn as well that day. So, again, with Venus just moving into Virgo, there is this energy of kind of wanting to get to business and maybe even running the numbers. And are you getting what you're worth? Are you getting paid what you're worth? Are you being treated how you want to be treated? Great day for really, really diving into those aspects. Then on Friday, the 23rd, we have the full moon in Aquarius. So the full moon in Aquarius will be at 7:36 p.m. Pacific time. So adjust for your time zone. And this is the first of two Aquarian full moons. So in some parts of the world, this will actually be happening on Saturday, the 24th. So the Aquarian house in your chart will be highlighted. And it's going to be a theme this whole week and actually for the next month, because we're going to later in the week, Jupiter is going to retrograde back into Aquarius. This is the first of two full moons. Full moons always shine a spotlight on this particular area of life. So I do have another video coming out about the house systems. So if you're interested in learning about what it means when I talk about the specific houses, then take a look at that. And I also have another video on how to find your birth chart. So check out those learning videos if you're interested and want to dive a little bit deeper. So Friday, that full moon in Aquarius. Full moons are always a time of where the moon is as big as it's going to be in the sky. And so if we're feeling like our plate is really full, it will be enhanced at this time. We might feel like we have a little too much on our plate. And so it's a great time to start thinking about what are your priorities? Is it where can you shed so that your priorities take precedence in your life? And Aquarius is all about futuristic innovation, humanitarian. Where can you act in a way that is good for the collective, for our society? So that's what this full moon will be about. And I have another video about the full moon and in particular how it affects your sign. So I encourage you to check that out. Then on Saturday, the 24th, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, in Cancer, in empathetic Cancer. So where it really feels everything, trying to Neptune in Pisces. This is a beautiful aspect. I love this aspect as a Pisces and with a very strong Mercury in my personal chart. This aspect for me is really about tapping into the positive aspects of them both, the positive characteristics of Mercury and Cancer, which is really tapping into our emotions, expressing our emotions, becoming more vulnerable. And Neptune in Pisces is all about what are our dreams. Our dreams at night may be really enhanced at this time. The moon will also be in Aquarius. So this is a day of big picture dreaming, daydreaming. Daydreaming is essential. I believe in daydreaming. I believe in really visualizing what it is you want. Great day for meditation, great day for vision boarding. Coming off this full moon, really get into what is it that you want. What do you want? What's your big picture vision? What is your mission? What is your purpose? Write it down, draw it out, talk about it with only people who will support it. And anyone who's going to be a naysayer, perhaps don't share it with them. Then on Sunday, the 25th, we have Mercury in Cancer still, opposing Pluto in Capricorn. This is a more challenging aspect. If you've been doing the work and shedding what is no longer serving you, if you've been shedding the old the old self-talk that is negative, if you've been shedding the old beliefs that no longer really define who you are, then this aspect potentially could be very transformative. However, if you've been numbing out or just ignoring those intuitive hits on things that need to be released, this could be a really challenging aspect. It is extremely important that you use this energy to check in. Check into what it is that you want. Check into that intuitive knowing rather than numbing out or checking out at this full moon. I mean, well, we're still in the full moon energy, but at this opposition with Pluto and Mercury, be very aware of the words that you are using, because there could be things that come out if you're feeling hurt that can't be taken back. So take a pause, go inward, listen to your intuition. Perhaps kind of it's a Sunday. Maybe go inward without checking out, check in, but avoid any situations where there could be a really ugly confrontation. Then on Monday, the 26th, we have the moon opposing Venus. So the moon will be in Pisces. Oh, and the moon on Sundays in Pisces too, adding to that emotional state and adding to the desire to check out. Moon will still be in Pisces on the 26th, and it is opposing Venus in Virgo. So again, do the mirror work. Tap into Pisces, which Pisces wants to love, wants to dream big. Venus and Virgo will be feeling more practical, but could be feeling a bit self critical during this opposition. So, really do some self affirmation work. Write out how you want to feel about yourself, the most positive aspects of yourself. What do you love about yourself? What are your strengths? Write them out. Begin to feel them. Tap into that. Tap into the beauty of who you are on the inside, and maybe do something to make yourself feel really good that day. Take a bath, do your nails, do whatever it is to make yourself feel beautiful. This is for men and women. Then on Tuesday, the 27th, we have Mercury moving into the sign of Leo. So the moon will still be in Pisces. Mercury's moving into Leo. We are going to be the great imaginative, creative storytellers this day. This is a great day for any creative writing, creative speaking. We also might feel flirty in our communication, very creative. Go with it. Great day to do any kind of writing that you are wanting to tap into a more creative version. Writing, speaking, filming, anything of that nature, highly enhanced on Tuesday, the 27th. Then on Wednesday, the 28th, huge day, we have Jupiter, which has been in Pisces since May, since about the second week in May, is now moving back into Aquarius, where it has been since December of 2020. So since May 10th, we have been getting a preview of potentially what next year will look like, especially the first half of 2022. Now, Jupiter, the great magnifying glass, the great benefic in ancient astrology, is retrograding back to Aquarius to finish up some work there. So we just had a full moon in Aquarius. Remember, on the 23rd. So we get to the 28th, and we're in that waning full moon phase. But remember, we're going to have another Aquarian full moon next month. So there is this Aquarian theme coming up. So with Jupiter, the great magnifying glass, moving back into Aquarius, this is where I really encourage you to look and see what house Aquarius rules in your chart, because that area of life is going to be a big theme for the next month. Actually, it's going to be a big month all the way until the end of the year. And anything that, especially right now, specifically in the next week or so, anything that was a theme at the beginning of May is going to be, that's the exact same point that Jupiter is moving over in your chart. So think about what you were doing that first week in May. You can look back through your calendar, you can look back through pictures, you might just know from memory. What were you doing that first week in May? Because that is the theme of this energy and for the coming week. So really, and week and weeks and month. So tap back into that. If there are any areas that you need to refine, because Mercury is retrograde, it's going back over that point. It's giving us, this Aquarian energy is giving us a chance to go back and reassess, reevaluate, change up anything that we have put into motion, and we're like, kind of want to polish this up. This may not be my future anymore, so let's release that and dream a new dream, or just kind of change it up to where it suits your new vision. So you'll have more opportunity to do this, and you'll have basically until the end of the year. But right now, it's kind of at its peak with this Aquarian, in between these Aquarian full moons. So with that, big energy this week, lots of change, focus on self-love, focus on self-worth, and also tune into what is your vision of how you can contribute to the greater good. Where can you innovate? Where can you become more innovative, more independent within the collective society? So enjoy your week. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted every time a new video drops. Thank you for joining.